happened. But we're almost loaded in the lobby, just waiting on the Brit to actually load in. Actually, I think me as well. Um, so we'll be starting this game here shortly. And of course, lag issues. Once again, just going to blame you constantly.
Yeah,
but we are in game. That's all that matters. And starting this day off in the top right here on Overgrowth from CTL Team 6. It is our Zerg player, 1 HP for the win.
And in the bottom left, in orange, for Team Bearsloss, it is the M.
It's a pretty sick squirrel logo he's got going on there.
And
neon and pink, and kind of surprised he didn't play pink if that's the case, since that would just blend in and just be completely confusing. But super TVZ starting off on Overgrowth. I mean, it's a well-known map. It's been around for quite a long time. Wasn't this the map that almost went away, but then they brought it back because Foxtrot was a terrible map?
Yeah, I wish they didn't. I like Overgrowth's just boring and overplayed to me. Overgrowth. I'm over it.
I think it was just a matter of they just didn't have a better option really just yet. So I think
Foxtrot's a fine map though. I don't think it's like there's much wrong with it.
There's not much wrong with it, but it's quite non-standard, and it led to some. What's the word I'm looking for? Interesting games.
That's what's fun though.
Except when interesting is kind of imbalanced, especially on that map was so difficult in any sort of a PvZ matchup or anything really with those rocks. Actually, I think didn't Maru and who was he playing last night? Sulky? No, Leonok. Maru and Leonok played on Foxtrot last night. Yeah. I'm not sure if you saw those games, but he did a he did like a 5 racks SCV pull after a failed proxy 2 racks. It was rather intense, and Lena had actually broken down the rocks to like try to sneak into Maru's base, and Maru was like, "Oh, okay, this is a quicker path for my SVs to get over to your base." Just crushed him. So it was an interesting game, but we do see pretty standard play out of both of our players in this game. We have a Reaper expand coming from our Terran, and then a hatch first into a pool. No gas just yet from 1 HP, who is he has actually named himself David Kimba. I
love it.
It's a decently clever name. I don't think I've actually seen that before, so props to him.
I'm a fan. Reaper moving out across the map. Straight into reactor for the M afterwards as well. Pretty standard. CC on the low ground. Few lings starting up for 1 HP. The usual 6, kind of the agreed upon number to push Reapers away. No gas at all yet for 1 HP. Probably won't start gas until that 3rd and 4th queen are out.
Yeah, imagine he's going to wait a little bit longer until he's able to get those queens to actually start spraying creeper really nicely. And these lings are doing a pretty good job. And actually, he does force the Reaper away. Of course, Reaper is. There's no reason for it. No way it's going to die unless the M makes a mistake. And it doesn't seem like he's going to be doing that. He's going to get as much damage on as he possibly can and just pull back. I mean, he's only got the 1 Reaper. He doesn't have any more on the way. So he's not going to be able to get really too much done other than scouting, which is perfectly fine for him. He's already going into Marines, and he has forced out 6 lings there, which is, it's a bit more than Dave or 1 HP really needed. But going for this gasless opening, he kind of wanted to make sure he was going to be safe to start off this game.
I like opening gasless. This map especially. You can really get your creep spread starting quite early. You can push out past that 3rd base. Especially against all the array of Hellbat and Banshee builds that Terran can do. You can get that creep spread connecting your 3rd and out a little bit in front of your 3rd. Makes defending those kind of pushes a lot easier. Having said that though, the M going for a very fast tank. Extremely fast. And he hasn't scouted a Roach Prawn or anything like that. He's just blind going for tanks. Tanks are great defensively, but the longer the game goes, the least he really wants them.
Adding on the 2nd racks the way he has, and I feel like that almost may have supposed to have been a starport since he has these 2 gases here, but he is very quickly going to have a lot of units out. Going for a tech lab on this barrack, so if he decides to go for something like combat shield with these tanks, and a lot of Marines. Could be a really scary push, and he also has the option to add in Marauders to help with the Queens, and he's just going for Stim super quick here. I mean, we'll be under 7 minutes, and we've already got Stim on the way, and he's going to have, by the time Stim finishes, what, 3 or 4 tanks maybe, and a lot of Marines, but I mean, that's a pretty late hit for it to really do too much of anything. I mean, behind this 1 HP, he's got his third base started. It's on the way. He's got a couple gases down his natural as well, and he's already started to wall off at his front. It's going to be a matter of, I'm not sure how much he's really going to have out to defend whenever this push does come across the map. So, assuming, of course, that is assuming that the EM does actually move across the map and push with the pretty bulky army he has right now.
That's why I like the theory of these games is that the M's like known about this for a while, and he's a pretty active guy, like in the community and as a player. So you know he's prepared this. Like this, I don't think this is by accident. I think he has prepared something. He's practiced this build, and it's obviously working for him because he's whipped it out in game 1. He's trying to catch 1 HP off guard, I think.
And this was the M's first map pick. So this is indeed his, I mean, it's his map. It's what he wanted to start off the series on first. So he's got to have. I mean, this is honestly, this is such a powerful push right now. He's already at 34 army supply to the 20 of 1 HPs, and 1 HP all he has are some lings, and you know Stim Marine's going to fare pretty well against that. Now we do see the M starting to move out on the map, and the bad thing right now for 1 HP, he has really no vision on the half of the map that he needs to have it. I think he doesn't have these watchtowers. His creep is decent, yeah, but it's going to be a long time for actually sees this coming unless he actually does move these lings forward and scouts this out. But actually, it looks like he may run directly into the army of the M, which is going to be kind of frightening because he sees it now. Actually, neither player was on a move there.
What's going
What? Oh, the Imp could have sniped off most of those lings pretty easily, and now instead, there's a lot of banelings morphing in already. I mean, Banes are nice, but we got 3 tanks, and tanks are going to take those down so quickly, and with nothing but Queens to help out beyond that. I mean, Lynx are trying to get in here and do what they can to try to get on top of the tanks. That's a lot of Queens with a lot of transfuse energy, but not going to be really enough to deal with this. Banelings are trying to roll in, but now they're going ahead and just retreat for a little while longer and see if they can come in here. They are coming in now, going directly for the tanks, actually. Looks like all the tanks will fall. The last one does barely fall. Now the Marines will be cleaned up as well. So both players losing quite a bit there. For now, 1 HP has defended, but he is still a little bit under fire, and the EM does have a few units moving across the map right now.
Yeah. Interesting push. He's forced out a lot of lings, and he's forced 1 HP to spend up on his gas to get some banelings, but I don't really think... It didn't kill any drones. It's delayed his 3rd CC, it's delayed his upgrades. I'm not entirely sure it was really worth it for the M.
Yeah, without killing the 3rd base, all he really killed were a bunch of Queens. Yeah, he killed 50 lings, which is a pretty good number, as well as those banelings. But still not nearly the amount that you wanted to be killing there with that big of a push. I mean, lost 3 tanks of his own, lost a good chunk of Marines as well. Now he's got a decent army back home, but with Spire coming up, 1 HP is now happily droning up his 3rd base. He's up to he's going to be up to 66 workers here in just a second. And he's going into 2-2 already before I think 1-1's actually finished. And we have +1 armor for the end, but that's it right now. And still, he said no 3rd base. That CC is on the way, but it's not even close to completed right now.
Yeah, he's still building tanks as well. The M could probably go real heavy on the mutas here now that the Spire's finished. Like, tanks were good, and they were good back in Wings of Liberty, but mutas kind of reigned supreme then. And yeah, I think the 1 HP is in a real strong position here. Another little push out, moving out for the M, and I like this push a lot more. There's Medivacs here. His Marines are going to have a lot more staying power. And they have +1 armor, and the Lings are 1-1 here, but he's at least going to force out some more banelings, I think. Lings do get on top of the tanks right away, though. Good surround here. This should be cleaned up, pushed home. Going to lose the Medivacs as well to the Queens.
Losing absolutely everything. The 1 HP just defending so well right now, and all these queens. I mean, a lot of Zerg players you see them, they lose their initial creep spreading queens when they do get killed off, and they just don't remake them. But 1HP is back up to quite a few queens here. He's at 7 now, and 4 of those are spreading creep right now still. So his creep's going to be absolutely out of control. His 4th base is just about to finish up. So he's going to be able to saturate that even if he wants to pretty quickly. And if he moves the one Overlord that's up here kind of north of the M's main base, he can deny that 3rd as well, which actually he's going to be doing right now. So the 3rd is going to be a really, really difficult take here for the M. He's going to have to actually turn back home and try and take that base by killing the Overlord, but then it's going to let 1HP know where his opponent is and do whatever he wants against it, really.
Yeah, so this creep spread out here now, 1HP's got the most amount of time to prepare. Lings and Banelings get right on top of the army again. Very good surrounds here. And it wasn't like there was that many Banelings in that army for 1HP then either. He's not really spending his gas at the moment. Building a lot more Banelings now, but killing off Medivacs. He just keeps resetting the tank count, the Medivac count for the M. Which is, tanks are good once you get them in real high numbers, but SCV's moving out now and pretty much into the Zerg's army. That's less than ideal.
Yeah, it's just so low on the AoE side of things for the M right now. He's got 1 tank left over. He doesn't have any mines. He doesn't have like a Thor right now either. I mean, he was still making tanks. I think he canceled one of them, but just trying to rapidly get out as much bio as he can. But in doing so, I mean, 1HP is slowly but surely taking over this entire map. Creep is absolutely everywhere, almost to the gold base on the other side of the map, and almost also to this what was going to be the 3rd base for the M, but now is not going to have a chance. And with them, just kind of they can be used for harassment completely. Doesn't have to worry too much about drops. He's got such a large ground force that he will continually keep the M back. And actually, the tank getting a little bit too far ahead could get sniped off pretty easily there. But oh, Mutas, what are you doing, Mutas? Mutas, no.
1HP cleans up another tank, and it's just completely bio at the moment. It's going to allow the Lings and the Banelings just to run in.
Really nice splitting out of decent splitting out of the M, but there's just so much Zerg here. I mean, right now the supply is 150 to 83. The M is just starting to roll on forward. He's going to get into a natural here in just a second. Actually, he's not even using most of his army left over, and he still has all of these mutas as well to help out. I'm not really sure why he's not just killing things, because he could just roll in there. There's really nothing left for the M right now. He's at 28 army supply. He's making 13 Marines at a time, but that money is rapidly dwindling, and he doesn't even have that 3rd base landed anymore. He's got a few STVs over here that are just kind of in the middle of nowhere, but 1HP is about to just roll on in with his 2-2 finished, and just kind of probably take out the M here in game number 1.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of bases now as well on the map. Taking the gold and taking his other base down in the bottom right hand side. Lings and Banelings are rolling in, and GG is called by the M. 1HP takes a 1-0 lead in this series.
Very solid game out of 1HP there. It's pretty easily won for him, I would say. I don't think he had to try too hard. That opening push was very scary, but 1HP, without losing any drones, there was really nothing that was going to really harm him for quite a while in that game. And he knew that, so he just droned up, got to everything he wanted to. He was at 2-2 before I think 2-2 was halfway finished for the Terran player, which never something you want to be having as a Terran. I think the M, he really wanted that initial push to actually more or less kill 1HP, and it didn't really do anything other than kind of annoy him to start off with. So we are going to be getting into game number 2. It's going to be on Vonnie Research Station here. As soon as our players are ready, we will start in to this game.
That push, it was like, if it had Medivacs, it might have been a little bit better, because the Marines would have had a little bit more staying power against the Lings and the Banelings, but it was really confusing, and it just delayed everything way too much. And then, like, no Hellions, no map control, no creep denial at all, no drops at all from the M. It was just kind of trying to barrel his way through tanks, and that was his plan. And it just kind of didn't work. We'll see if he tries something different in this game.
1HP is ready, just waiting for our Polish Terran to say that he is ready as well. So once again, this is the Chobo Star League. This is the second group that we have here. Go in the first group, we did have Roxas from Team Unrivaled and BCX, teammate of the M, go through the other group on Tuesday. This group is going right now, obviously, and then we have the C group will be the next group up, actually. Just kind of technically, they'll be at, well, what's that, 1 a.m. Eastern on Sunday, which is 5 p.m. Sydney. So
Yeah.
that'll be a fun one, and then we also have the first NA group will also be on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. So do check those out. All these groups will be cast on this channel, but we are into game number 2 here and spawning in the top of Vonnie Research Station in pink, up 1-0 in this series. From CT6, it is 1 HP for the win.
And in the bottom of Vonnie Research Station, in orange for Team Best Loss, it is the M. Hashtag metagamed. I wonder if his plan was to make tanks because he was assuming 1 HP would go Swarm Host.
Oh gosh, I hope not. I don't. That's honestly, that's a pretty bad response to someone you think is going to go Swarm Hosts. It's going to take so long for that player to actually get Swarm Hosts up in a number that's going to be threatening to a Terran player. I mean, you can have games, especially on Overgrowth, it's a little bit harder. Like on a map like this, you can happily take your 2 bases, get up with a lot of tanks and even Ravens, and then just kind of push out and do drops with the rest of the bio that you do have, and be just fine against any early Swarm Host. Because I mean, if they've got early Swarm Hosts, they don't have anything else. So,
yeah.
Oh, is he gonna take this base down here? No, I think he's actually maybe looking for a proxy, but
I think he's going to take it. Maybe. He did scout for proxy last game.
Oh, he did. I completely missed it. So he is looking just for proxy racks right now, which on a map like this, it's a little bit harder to get that done. This is a really, it looks like it's a small map just because it's so compact left to right, but top to bottom, it's actually a pretty long distance. I mean, these overlords take so long to actually get across the map. By the time it gets to this barracks, I think even maybe the first Marine may be coming out, but it's going to be probably a Reaper into that rack that we saw in the previous game. But with this map being a little bit better, a lot more ledges, he could go for a few more Reapers, maybe go up to 3. See if he can get in and actually snipe off some Queens rather than just doing the single one. But have to wait and see what the M decides to do with that.
Yeah, I would have liked to see 1 HP take this front base out here. I'm a big fan of that, taking that base as your first one. Just because it pushes your creep spread out so far really quickly. And this map, like, if you can get creep spread to the watchtower on this map, you've kind of got forever to react to anything the Terran's going to do. And because it's so narrow as well, you put overlords down the side, and you can kind of just see everything as a Zerg really easily.
It's a really easy map, despite, since it is so compact left to right, there aren't many attack paths really. There's the Watchtower attack path, and there's the left one, which the Overlord and the SCV or the Reaper is about to meet that Overlord there. You can try to sneak around behind this gold base on the left side through that ramp, but it's pretty difficult to do. There isn't a ramp like that on the right side to sneak around, and even the drop path, there's no like ground space to send Marines over there to actually deal with Overlord. So if you want to drop there and be not seen, you got to send some Vikings that way. But right now the M is in with his first Reaper, but immediately is going to be pushed away by some Lings here. He doesn't even get the benefit of seeing that the natural hatchery is down. But seeing no gases, seeing the pool when it is no Queen just yet, it's pretty obvious this was a hatch first from 1 HP, and expecting it's kind of the same exact setup from both players in this game to start off.
Yeah, you can safely assume that it's a gasless opening. You wouldn't expect the gas geysers on the natural. Seeing those 6-lings now would be kind of odd. So we'll see when he darts this Reaper back in, and what his plans are for this factory. Where he's going to go Starport, where he's going to go. He's going a really quick stim here out of them, which I like that. Quick 3cc as well, changing it up. And get some Hellions, get some creep denial going, bit of map control, all those good buzzwords that people should say.
Yeah. I'm kind of concerned about what the M's going to be able to do with this stim, because when stim finishes, like how much bio is he really honestly going to have? Because he's going for this third command center when he is. He doesn't have the minerals to throw down extra Rex. He's not even making any bio forces right now, so he's going to have stim and maybe like 4 or 5 units beyond the Hellions. So I'm not sure exactly what his thought process is with that. And he even delayed his first couple of Hellions for a little while. He's just so low on minerals right now, going for that third command center. But stem's never a bad thing to have, to be honest. But still, maybe a little bit early there. Could be served a little bit better. Maybe, like you said, going for a Banshee just to harass a little bit, and then going for stem, especially since he's actually now trying to go into double upgrades. But now, well, I guess he will have the gas to do it, just barely here. And 1 second, once he's able to start that armor.
Quite greedy. Quick double upgrades. Quick three CCs. He's got the Hellions across the map. It's a good map for it to be greedy though. It's pretty hard for the Overlords to really get in here. One is popping in now. Does see the third CC. There's nothing to deny it at all though.
Yeah, there's no Marines right now. So
there's no Marines. He's not building any either.
Sadly, the Overlord doesn't actually see that there was the double engineering base, so he doesn't know exactly how greedy his opponent is playing. But to its own right, I mean, 1HP is also playing fairly greedy. He's only on 2 gas. He doesn't have a lair started just yet. He did get that third hatchery pretty quickly, but his speed is still only halfway finished. So both players are looking to push this game pretty deep into the time. And there we go. Finally, the first bio unit's going to come out beyond that Reaper. Stem is finished, so as I said, there are 0 bio units to use Stem right now with it finished, so maybe a bit of a misplay there, but I guess now he doesn't have to get it later. Now he can get his other upgrades pretty quickly. And if he does go like Combat Shield right now, he's going to have 1/1 Combat Shield and Stem all pretty much at the same exact time. That's a pretty bulky upgrade force, but so few bio units are actually going to be available.
I like that little push for those Hellions. He got 9 drones on the third. Really cool move. He was able to get out without losing anything. No Baneling Nest yet for 1 HP as well. He's playing quite risky. Feels the normal Hellbat push that the Terrans have been doing lately. A lot of Terrans are doing it. He would have pretty much flat out died. He's only got Queens to defend it, but VM isn't going for that, unfortunately.
He's going very quickly. He's going to be going very quickly into 2-2 if he can afford it at least. His army's going to be finishing up here in just a second. His 1/1 did just finish. He is on the 4 gases once he actually saturates the gas in his natural completely. So once he does start going into 2-2, I mean that opens up a pretty nice timing. Once he is able to get 2-2, well, he'll have that, and his opponent will not. Hellions are moving into the third base once again. 6 drones more already gone down. 9 actually gone down. He's 11, and I'm pretty sure he's okay with losing these Hellions if he needed to, but he's not even going to. He's going to walk away with those once again. What is that now? 21 workers have been killed? Yeah, 21 workers dead right now for 1 HP, and now instead of, well, he's making 22 lings, but he has to remake that drone count at some point, and it's not like this is really somewhere that 1 HP can actually attack into. We got 4 Widow Mines finished already, and now he's starting that bio production like crazy for the M, so really nice play there to get as much done as he did, considering how many Queens are actually out right now, and a Spine Color was there as well, so a bit of a mishap there for 1 HP.
1 HP still has a drone lead as well. He droned pretty hard. I think he was up around 70 at one stage. He's been real heavy on the drone production. He's only now obviously just has the lings to try and get some map control back, but Yem's got quite a good army. He's walling off the Tasteless Secret Corridor as well. I like that. Like that a lot. Hellbats are transforming. I like this little push here, this little army that the M's got. He's going to push out with it, yeah, it's good. Couple of medivacs, couple of Marines, some Hellbats, some mines. Lings are going to swing around, try and catch this army. But
he picks up one really line, which is nice, but yeah, the only thing he can do is delay a little bit longer, and Inspire is about to finish up. Actually, there's an Infestation Pit down already. That could just be for a Hive, actually, because 2-2 is about 30% completed here for 1 HP, so if he does want to go directly into 3-3 or directly into Ultras, he's going to be able to do that, but that will mean he won't be able to use anything out of his Spire, so I imagine he may wait a little bit longer to actually go into Hive, but the Infestation Pit is frightening. That's all I can say. Yeah. He may have thought this was mech, I'm not sure. It's possible.
The M is moving out. If he gets his Widow Mines planted, then good to go.
Wonderful Baneling move there. Took out all the Widow Mines.
Yeah.
But now there's really not much left over. Only a few Widow Mines left, and that one Widow Mine got 6 kills on it, and I think 5 of those were Banelings. So really nice connection there for the Imp, and now this 4th base is really under fire. Nothing but Queens to really defend. He's got 36 Lings in production right now and a couple of Banelings, and he's got, what is this, 1, 2, 3 Mutas right now? That 4th base is going to die. The Queen should probably die as well, presuming the Imp does keep pushing forward a little bit. And we saw his splits last game were pretty decent, so if he's able to continue doing that, there's not really enough right now for 1 HP to hold off, but still a little bit low on the Bioforce. Actually, he's going to run directly into another mine. That's another 6 kills or so for that mine. 7 kills for that, so nice pickups on the mines by the Imps so far in this game, and a pretty nice position for him. Right now, a 40 supply advantage. His 3rd base is completely saturated. I mean, so is 1 HP's, but 1 HP definitely wants to be on this 4th base already. Oh god, Swarm Monster on the map.
I like that the M turned around then. It's a good choice made by him to go back, regroup. He's looking to take the gold, which is always a good move. Gold income is great, but he didn't have 2-2. I don't think he could have taken a fight against the Zerg's army with what he had there, but in a really good position now. Has a slight supply lead, good army supply lead as well. And 3-3 starts right away for the M. It's going to be a little while until 1 HP is looking to go Hive. He is going Swarm Host. And it's going to hopefully encourage the M just to kind of drop a lot more. There only is a handful of Mutas out. 6, I believe, on the map. Maybe 7.
This Widow Mine is still planted over here. Yeah, it did a little bit of damage to the Queen, but that was about it. The scan goes down. He doesn't yet see the Locust. Now he sees the Locust coming in, so now he has to prepare for that a little bit. I mean, Marauders up front aren't able to do too much against those Locusts. It takes them forever to actually even kill those. There aren't any upgrades on the Locust just yet, but Banling's rolling in, and the end not paying much attention to the front of his Bioforce. Loses a lot of it to those Bangs, but still so much bio left over. Medivacs, the power of Medivacs is absolutely huge. But once again, Bane's rolling in, and DM just trying to get back, trying to micro back. There's so little for him to be able to do right now. He does eventually clean all this up for the Zerg, and there's a little bit more still attacking the 4th base. Actually, a little bit more. There's a single Marauder attacking the 4th base. And these Locusts are still going to be so annoying, but the Im's just going to stem forward and try to get on top of this Swarm and kill those off immediately.
Yeah, the Widowmine did a lot of damage, a lot of friendly fire damage. He is on top of these Swarm Hosts, and there are Mutas here. Lings and Banelings clean these up. If you can get these Medivacs back home, it's going to be a pretty okay trade for him. He is down supply though, actually. It's quite surprising. Floating a lot of money at the moment.
Yeah, he's focused so hard on actually microing those engagements. He wasn't spending his money. You see, he's got a few more racks up now that are creating add-ons, so his production is going to get out of control pretty soon, but he still has to find a way to take a 4th base at some point. Right now we have got Creep covering both of the next base choices. He could take this kind of forward base, but that's pretty open for the Swarm Host play that 1 HP is going for. But, I mean, only 5 Swarm Hosts alive right now. I think 2 of them did go down in that engagement earlier, but as you said, the muta count right now is still pretty low. Only 12. That's still respectable, but the medevac count also got reset completely for the M. He's only at 3 right now, so he definitely needs to actually make some of those, and so he's actually keep his units alive a little bit longer. So he is stemming forward as much as he's going to want to, especially against these swarmers. He needs a lot more medevacs right now.
He's a little army moving across the map, but I'm not entirely sure if he'll be able to get enough done. These Swarm Hosts and the Locusts just kind of add a constant damage stream, which is really annoying to deal with as a bio player. It's not like he's going mech where he has that high tank count already. He's moving in here. He's going to try and get the Swarm Host, but Wave of Locusts does pop. Things are coming in pretty good, taking good fights off Creep here. He's pre-splitting as best as he can, which I really like. He's moving a little bit of army forward at a time.
There's so little splash damage here for 1 HP, and he's got the Locust, that's nice, but it's still a really hefty amount of bio, and they do have 3-3 finished up now for these bio units, but with enough Lings popping out now, 1 HP may be able to clean this up with just pure Ling at the moment, recreating a lot of Banes right out in front of this engagement, but this constant stream of orange is moving across the map. But all the mutas here, the Swarm Host as well, helping out as little as they do, but it's such an annoyance, and these haven't died. He's kept this number steadily rising. He's up to 9 Swarm Hosts now, which it's a pretty respectable number. The M cannot really push forward into this right now. And he's going back home, going to try to take his 4th base, but now he's in a situation where he's almost split the map against a Zerg player that's got Swarm Host already, and already has some mutas out as well. So interesting style here from 1HP that he's making work so far, and it looks like he may be trying to put himself in position to start putting some damage onto this 4th base.
No medivacs though at all at the moment. It's just really, to me, he needs a second starport. It needs to just build 4, 6, 8 medivacs ASAP.
He's trying to get a
really
Thor out
hurting.
even. There's just no splash damage right now for the M. Even if he wants to make tanks, that means the meters are going to have a little bit of an easier time to deal with all this the Bioforce. And well, a big step forward. He's going to try and go for the Swarm Host, but the Lings and Banes are already on the way over. Actually, he's not paying too much attention. The M's going to lose probably most, if not all, of his army here. He's got a lot rallying forward. There's so much Zerg left over. 1HP is definitely pretty good at macroing up and keeping macro going. In the end, just going to go ahead and tap out there. So GG, 1HP will move on. He's going to be the first winner here. And the M will drop down into the lower portion of the bracket to face the loser of Stark and Kaewali, which will be our next match.